Welcome. Thank you for joining. Like and share the program on your platform. Share to family and friends. Help us to share the program to everyone that is close to you. Welcome. As you join, invite someone else to join us. As you connect to the program, make sure you invite somebody to join. Do not enjoy the program all alone. Do not enjoy the program all alone. You must invite someone to participate. Do not get distracted. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. As you join, please, once you join, invite somebody to also join us. Very important. As we are waiting for others to connect, invite people to join us. Bona Ekeduru, thank you for joining, Bona. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. I welcome everyone that is joining. Please like and share the program. Like and share as we wait for other people to join us. Keep liking and keep sharing. Very important. While we wait for others to join, we continue to like and share. You can share on your WhatsApp group. You can share to your family and friends. You can share in any platform that you own. Even if you can be able to reach our enemies, share to them also, so they can come and hear us clear. Because we have gone to the stage where we can no longer hide. Today, as we call for the restoration of Biafra, we stand on top of the roof and shout it. Gone are the days when people are hiding under the keyboard. They will be scared and they will be hiding and typing. This time, if you are not confident enough to face the reality of today, it means you are not yet ready to be free. If you are ready to be free and have your freedom, you should have the confidence to stand up, speak up for yourself, take your position, regardless what any man or woman is saying. Stand your ground and claim your freedom. Claim your freedom. We must claim our freedom now, not tomorrow. Do not allow anybody to deny you your freedom. And I want you to always remember that freedom is not given, it is taken. We keep on saying it, singing it, but some of us, after saying it, we still act and behave as if freedom is given. Even when we say it and say it that freedom is not given, it is taken. Some of us, we are still behaving as if somebody is going to dash us the freedom. Nobody is going to dash us freedom anywhere. Nobody. We must have to stand up and fight for it. Each time we hear people talk about freedom, what we hear is that people fought for their freedom. People fight to be free. People fight to be free. People fight to get what they want. You struggle, you put effort, you make commitments. When it comes to freedom, you must be ready, even if it has to cost your life to be free. You must have to pursue it. As I always say, If your freedom does not worth your life, that means you are not yet ready to be free. If your freedom does not worth your life, you are not yet to be free. Because when you are talking about freedom, it is at all costs. Just as you saw in the history how our grandparents that were taken to the United States, our grandparents that were taken to the United States, they were transported to the US for slavery. On getting to the US, they found out that the only way to be free is to drown themselves. They looked forward, nowhere to go, looked backward, nowhere to go. There was nobody to stand for them. The only way to freedom that they saw was death. And what did they do? They held their hands together and sang a song, walked into the river and drowned themselves. That is how important freedom is to Biafran people. When you see Biafrans acting the way they are acting, talking the way they are talking, doing what they are doing, it is because they are freeborn, and they cannot gamble with that which they are. If you think you can weigh them down with your propaganda and blackmail, if you think you can distract them with all your wrong informations, you're wasting your time. You are wasting your guarded time. Because the Biafran people must be free by all means necessary. You know, when we talk about the freedom of Biafra or what Biafrans are passing through, some of us do not know and we don't understand. When you see what our Prime Minister is doing in Finland and the way he's being protected there, you'll be wondering, why is it that the Finnish government is allowing our Prime Minister to stay in their country and continue to defend Biafra? Have you asked yourself, why is it that the Finnish country has not denied Master Simon? Despite all the propaganda, despite all the blackmail, despite all the lies they are spilling right, left, and center, have you asked yourself, why is it that the Finnish government have kept silent and they never buy into that lies? Have you asked yourself why? It is not ordinary. The situation of Biafra is known by the Finnish government. The Finnish people are aware of everything that the Biafrans have passed through and what they are still passing through up to today. The relationship between the Biafran and Finnish government did not start today. The relationship and understanding between the Biafrans and the Finnish people did not start today. It started long time ago. And just recent, if you are one of those who is connected to our Prime Minister on Twitter, you will see him tweet on X that the Finland newspaper just published the picture of the woman who was collecting money during the Biafran Civil War in 1968. A Finnish woman was going around in 1968 collecting arms for Biafran people. 1968. Their newspaper just released a picture of the woman. The Finnish children miss their afternoon meal, their lunch. They take away their lunch and took that money that you were supposed to use for lunch and donated to Biafra. There are so many history that is surrounding the Finnish people and Biafra people, but some of you don't understand. That is why when you see how destiny took our Prime Minister to that direction, there is a reason, there's a purpose. Our Prime Minister have told us his journey when he wanted to go abroad. He had an opportunity to go to the United States, and the opportunity for Finland was there. For every other person, within the time he traveled, people are aspiring and wishing to go to the United States. But for one reason or the other, something took him to Finland. And from the moment he entered Finland, he has been there representing the Zoological Republic and building their names in there, representing the Biafran people. He kept his clean record. There was nothing wrong in his record, not in his private life, not in his job, not in his official assignments, not in his party. You cannot find him wanting anywhere. That was how Chukwuka prepared him. Until the time came, when the time came for him to carry out the assignment that took him to Finland, either with his knowledge or without his knowledge. When that time came, he began to make inquiries. It was some of our prime minister that made the revelation of a place where they suspended the building of a cathedral. They were donating money to build a cathedral in Finland during the Biafran Civil War. But because of the war going on in Biafran land, the Finnish people abandoned that very project. The Finland people, they abandoned that project of building that cathedral. Instead, donated the money to Biafra. They abandoned the project. Up to today, the place is still there. When you go there, you see inscriptions written in their language. You see Biafra written in that very cathedral that they abandoned. The history is still there. Our prime minister have shared a video that has to do with that. The relationship between Biafra and Finland did not start today. And nobody is going to tell them what Biafra stands for or what Biafra is. That is why when I look at these idiots that are jumping right here and center, oh, Finland government should come and detain Mazisa Manekwa. Finland government should extradite Mazisa Manekwa. Finland government should do this Mazisa Manekwa. You are a dreamer. You are a dreamer. You will dream and dream and dream until you wake up and realize that the Biafrans are gone. Whatever Mazisa Manekwa is pursuing today, the Finnish government themselves have pursued it. The Finnish people themselves have pursued it. I am telling you that they suspended a cathedral that was supposed to be built and donated the money to Biafra. They say, how can they be building a cathedral while there are people suffering? They denied their children their lunch. Their children donated their lunch to help Biafran dying children. And today, their newspaper released the picture of a woman who was going to marketplaces collecting money hands to help Biafra in 1968. That is why when you look at some of the ignorant idiots who do not know their left from their right, when they are talking about Biafra and Finland, I laugh at them. If you know the connection between Biafra and Finland, you will not be saying some things that you're saying today. Just like the Musa is shouting. Musa is talking about diplomatic steps to bring Manekwa back to Nigeria. Diplomatic move. It is not going to happen. Stop dreaming. Manekwa himself have told you what to do. Go and approach Finland government and tell them to mediate between you and the Biafran people. That is the only thing you can do. Go and approach the Finland government. Tell them to mediate between Nigerian government and Finland. That is the only thing you can do. In our platforms, what we do is to bring information to you. Those things you do not know about. There are certain things you will never see on their conventional media. There are certain information you don't get anywhere. But when you follow the platforms of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, you'll be getting some information. You'll be getting some information. Any idiot that when you see Musa opening his mouth and those cows, those clowns that gather themselves and call themselves senators, you see them in their Senate talking about diplomatic way. There is no diplomatic step you will take to bring Mazisa Manekwa to Nigeria. That is an impossible mission. It will not happen. There is no diplomatic step you will take to bring Mazi Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. Even apart from the fact that the Finnish government have every detailed information of the situation of Biafra people, even before Mazi Simon Ekpa appeared, they have concrete information and evidence about the treatment of the Biafrans and what they have faced in Nigeria. Somebody told me to remind them, even before the appearance of our Prime Minister, they have more than enough details. And another thing you should know is that in this generation, in 21st century, do you think that any responsible country, do you think that any reasonable and responsible country, any developed country, any Western country will take their citizen, their own citizen, and repatriate that citizen to Nigeria the way Nigeria is today? A country that do not obey their own order, they don't obey their own law. A country that is run by terrorists, they do not obey their own law. A country that has committed international crime, right, left, and center. A country that their mission is kidnapping. A country that tortures its own citizen. A country that doesn't have rule of engagement. Do you think a citizen, any country of the West, will allow their citizen to be repatriated, no matter the crime the person committed? The highest thing they will do is to prosecute the person in their own country. That's the highest thing they can do. There is no country today that Nigeria will go and win repatriation in their court. It is not possible. Not while our Supreme Mazen Nandekan is still in their detention. The case of Mazen Nandekano is an international case. Something that once you mention it in any part of the world, ears will go deaf. This is a man that the government of Nigeria went all the way to Kenya and kidnapped him. After kidnapping him, they brought him down to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition that is against international law. As if that is not enough, they took him to their own court. Their court said, let this man go. He has not committed any offense. That you don't have any right to stand on illegality of kidnap and then you begin to try the man. Their court said that no law court in Nigeria has the right to try Mazen Nandekano. What did they do? The presidency refused that judgment, revised that judgment, and took him back to go and start the case afresh. Who in his right sense, which country on this planet Earth will see this kind of situation and still allow their citizens to be repatriated to Nigeria, no matter the crime the person committed? Where can you see that? The criminality of Nigeria, the terrorism of Nigeria did not start today. It did not start today. The only issue is that because the Western countries are focusing on their own interests, what they start to gain in Nigeria. That is why they turn a blind eye to the criminality of that contraption called Nigeria, which is sponsored by Britain. A script written by the British and sponsored by them. The only reason why they want on a blind eye, even when the United Nations gave an ultimatum for them to release the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nandekano, they refused to do so. And nothing was done. Not even a sanction. Not even a sanction to the officials. Not even to the court. Not even to anybody. They turn a blind eye. And this is not the first time. This country have carried out kidnap before. They have carried out kidnap in 1980s. They carried out kidnap of somebody who is not even a citizen in the UK. But because this man, the UK have interest on that man because he stole huge amount of money. This man took huge amount of money and ran to the UK. They know that the life and the presence of the man is going to boost their economy. It is to their own advantage. They fought for that man.
They fought for that man. The flight that they were supposed to use to kidnap Omar Diko was impounded. Everybody that was involved in the case of Omar Diko kidnap was punished. All the officials that were involved were punished. But in the case of our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekan, a citizen of the UK, because they are the one that wrote the script, they are the one that drew it, and it is about Biafra, they turn a blind eyes and they tell you a different thing. They pretend not to see what is happening. Today, do you think any country in this world will repatriate their citizens? We hand over their citizens to Nigerian government, no matter the crime the person has committed? Do you think any reasonable and responsible government, do you think Nigeria can win any case in the court for repatriation in a Western country? Because if you want to repatriate somebody, you have to go through the process of the court. For you to extradite anybody from any country, you must pass the process of the court. The person has to state his case, defend himself, then they decide whether to. The country will now decide whether to repatriate the person or not. When you are talking about the repatriation, the case has to go to court. Lawyers have to argue. The person has to make his case. And there are important things you consider. You cannot repatriate somebody in a terrorist country. You can't repatriate somebody where he will be tortured or his life will be threatened or taken. You cannot send somebody to a place where his life will be endangered. Those are international laws. But these clowns in the zoo, because they are fraudulent, they think that everything is fraud. They think that every country is fraud. Because they were able to convince Kenya, because they were able to manipulate an African country, Kenya, after they have paid millions of dollars. They were able to convince Kenya because of the greed of the black man. Now, they think they can do the same in Finland. Finland is not African country. Finland have passed through this process that Biafra is passing through now. Finland knows about the story of Biafra. And Finland is a very orderly country, well respected. Finland has fought for independence of some other countries. I think Namibia. Finland mediated between South Africa and Namibia, and they got their independence. So when you are hearing about Finland, it is not just a baby country the way you see it. And today you look at people who have lost their mind coming on social media every time, coming on their media to continue to demand for the extradition of Master Simon Ekpa. And when I see them, I laugh. I laugh. This same man you are talking about, you have invited the ambassador. During the time of late Muhammad Buhari, they invited the ambassador of Finland. They summoned her. And the woman went there and told them that Simon Ekpa, you are talking about, is a citizen of a Finnish citizen. He has not committed any crime. And the Finland government is going to protect him and give him all the rights that he owns as a citizen. That was the response of the ambassador of Finland. He was summoned. But today, some of them are still talking about summoning the ambassador. They are still talking about summoning the ambassador. They have sent envoy to Finland during the time of late Muhammad Buhari. They made so many dangerous moves. They could not succeed. They have consulted German chancellor. German chancellor have been consulted on the case of Simon Ekpa. The German chancellor told them, go and negotiate with Master Simon Ekpa. Go and negotiate with him. They contracted a French diplomat. The French diplomat told them, go and negotiate with Master Simon Ekpa. He has not committed any crime. No. He has not committed any crime anywhere. Go and negotiate with him. All these informations are in the public. But when they come to their media, they try to paint a different picture, and they continue to convince you that Mazi Simon Ekpa is a criminal. The Mazi Simon Ekpa they're talking about has won the Global Ambassador of Peace. He is the Global Ambassador of Peace, an award that he has just won. But yet, these people prefer to push their lie and believe their own lies. My fellow Biafran people, you must not look back. The freedom of the Biafran people is ripe and due. One of the latest statements that I presented, most of you might have seen it. Those that joined me in the morning, we talked about the statement he released today also, that the Biafran Republic of in Exile have been able to secure the service of one of the biggest and the best lobbyist firm in Washington, D.C. One of the best and the biggest lobbying firm in Washington, D.C. One of the best. The Biafran people have contracted them. And their job started yesterday, being 12. Starting from the 12th, they will be lobbying for Biafra in D.C., Washington, D.C. The man we are talking about, Master Samuel, the man you are speaking about repatriating him, is going ahead. We are talking about a prime minister of Biafra, Republic of Exile, a man that is engaging nations, making friends for Biafrans. And in that statement, he made it very, very clear that the Biafran people have no enemy anywhere. It does not matter your religion, it does not matter your belief, it does not matter your whatever you call yourself. We have no enemy. The only enemy of Biafra that we know is the Nigerian terrorist government. The Prime Minister made it very, very clear that the only enemy that we have as Biafran people is the Nigerian terrorist government. We have no other. There is no country that is our enemy. And he threw it open that anybody, any country that has a solution on how Biafra can get freedom, can sponsor, can participate in any way to make sure that Biafrans walk away. Our arms are wide open to welcome anybody from anywhere. Anybody that is willing to work with Biafrans for the exit of Biafra from the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. It does not matter your religion. It does not matter your belief. It does not matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your location. As long as you are willing and ready and you have a solution on how Biafra will exit, either by sponsorship or whatever, the arms of the Biafran people are wide open. Now you understand why they are scared. Now you understand why they are crying right, left, and center. You can now understand why they cannot be able to bear what is happening. Now you understand why all their House of Assembly, House of Senate, presidency, on their chief of staffs, they are all calling Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Simon Ekpa. They know that the end has come. They know very, very well that the end has come. All they can do is complain. All they can do is to cry. All they can do is continue to shout. And they will continue on that their shout until Biafra exits. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are today, you must continue to stand for what is right. Our pursuit for freedom is not a selfish pursuit. Do not pay attention to propaganda and blackmail. Today, the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Venezuela, have made everything open and clear. The restoration of Biafra on the side of political means is ongoing. The political means of restoration of Biafra, which is anchored today on the self-referendum, is a massive, massive success. The Biafran people voted overwhelmingly, and they are still voting up to this moment as you're watching this video. Biafrans are still casting their vote. They are still voting massively. So, politically, we have won. Politically, we have won overwhelmingly. We have won the battle politically. And that is why, when we started if you can remember, when we started the self-referendum, they were laughing at us. They were laughing, and that is how Chukwuokema used to punish them. They never take us serious. Right from the time of Mazen Nandekano, when Mazen Nandekano talk, they will say, oh, miscreant, that boy, that young man, that small boy who doesn't know anything, he was not during the Civil War. That is how they were describing Mazen Nandekano, miscreant, all this nonsense. But that man, the time came, they couldn't handle him anymore. Today, the same man they spoke against, they are now praising him. You see them come to their national TV. Oh, Mazen Nandekano was fighting a just cause. He was fighting for Biafra peacefully. Really? Really? So you know that he was fighting peacefully for 2 decades. The restoration of Biafra, the agitation has been hijacked. Hijacked by who? Hijacked by who? This is the narrative they always paint in order to make themselves sound good before their paymaster. The agitation has been hijacked. And Mazen Nandekano is peaceful, not Mazen Simon Ekpa, who is very, very this and that. Really? The same people who called for the head of Mazen Nandekano while he was here. There is no kind name they did not call Mazen Nandekano. There is no type of name they didn't call Mazen Nandekano. But today, you see them, they come to their national TV. They will try to, he was a good man. He was fighting just peacefully. He was not carrying arms to go and fight anybody. He was not touching anybody. He was just, and knowing all this, still, you went to Kenya, all the way to Kenya. You went all the way to Kenya to kidnap him and extraordinary rendition him to Nigeria. And even when the court said let him go, you are still holding him down. You are still holding him. That is why Chukwuokema is using our Prime Minister to decimate every one of you. Using our Prime Minister to correct every wrong that have been done and all the mistakes. Today, one of their greatest fear is that Mazi Samuel knows what they do not know. Just like he used to tell them, Mazi Samuel have said, he said, I am much more closer to you than you can ever be to me. You know, when he says certain things, people will take it for a joke. When Mazi Samuel makes some proclamation, you will think he's just entertaining you. He's not entertaining you. He's not entertaining any idiot. He is saying it the way it is. He has said this every time, that he is much more closer to these idiots than they can ever be to him. He said, whatever you do, even in your bedroom, if you don't tell him, your wife will call him and report to him. Your children will bring your food out. And that is what has been happening up to today. Up to today. You can't do anything in secret and say, before a few minutes, the information will come out. And they'll be wondering, how did he know? Why won't he know? Every Biafran, wherever you are, we must continue to stand up and pursue our freedom. Do not allow anybody to deceive you. Do not allow distract you. The battle has just begun. We are going to fight until the last man standing, and we are going to win. We are going to win the battle. There is no doubt whatsoever, because we are already winning. For the Biafran people that think that we are still joking, after today's press statement, you will understand. When you read that statement that our Prime Minister released, after reading that statement, you will now understand the level the restoration of Biafra has gone. You will now understand that this is not the time of Nzama people. There is no joke for 1 second on the restoration of Biafra. Please like and share this program. As you join us, click like and share. Make sure you connect to at least one person to join us, because we are in a very critical time. Make sure you invite one person to this program. We are in a very critical time, and we must pass information. We are not alone. The Biafran people are not alone. The struggle has been taken to a different level. Politically, the level is so high. The Biafran people have given their mandates to the Biafra Republic Government in exile under the command of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. The mandate have been given to rescue Biafra, to declare the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. That mandate has been given through the self-referendum. When you come and talk about the political the armed struggle, which is self-defense. In self-defense today, the Biafran Liberation Army are doing marvelously well. With all the support they're getting from us, they are doing well. So every one of us that is supporting, you must enhance your support. Continue to give your support. Intensify in your support. Whatever thing you are doing for the Biafran government, strengthen yourself and continue to do more. There is no going back. There is no going back. Don't allow anybody to distract you, because the time has come. We are in a time where Biafran freedom has been signed and sealed. The Liberation Army of Biafra on the ground are defending the land and protecting the Biafran people. The defense of Biafran people, Biafra is tight. All the parts of Biafra land have been sealed up. Don't pay attention to propaganda and blackmail. Some of you must have seen the video that I shared around. Some of you saw the video that they are sharing around, the IPOB Nigeria are sharing. For a very long time, our Prime Minister Simon has made it clear that we have nothing called ESN. There is nothing called ESN. What we have today is the Liberation Army of Biafra. The Liberation Army of Biafra, they are in charge of Biafra land to protect, to secure, and to defend the life and property of Biafran people. And they are doing it perfectly well. They are doing it based on the rule of engagement. They do not go after the innocent. They do not go after the unarmed civilians. It does not matter your religion. It does not matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your location. The Liberation Army of Biafra does not go against the innocents, the unarmed. No. But if you come to Biafran territory with arms to destroy lives and property, you will never go back alive. The terrorists that are coming to Biafran land, both those in uniform and those off uniform, if you step into Biafran land, you will never return alive. It is a promise that Chukwu Okike have made to us. Mazen Nandekan offered that prayer, and he got a response in the furnace of prayer. That nothing, there is nothing you can do to come to Biafra and take life and you go scot-free. You will not go scot-free. The Liberation Army will bring you down. And they have been doing it perfectly well. The Liberation Army of Biafra have been working tirelessly as we speak. And they are doing their job. You saw that video they shared. They were sharing a video of some Hausas they captured, or they call them Fulanis that they captured, and they were showing them on the ground, showing charms and whatever. That is not the work of the Liberation Army. Our prophets have made it clear that video is a propaganda video. Those are not the Liberation Army. Those are not the Liberation Army. That video you see they are circulating and sharing, it is targeted at destroying the name of the Liberation Army. Those are unarmed civilians. You don't go and catch unarmed people, no matter their tribe, no matter their language, and you begin to torture them unnecessarily. Liberation Army does not get involved on such. We don't. The Liberation Army goes after the armed terrorists. We know them. In uniform and off uniform. And as we speak, they cannot penetrate Biafra land because the Biafra land is sealed up. We don't need all those propaganda videos and this. We don't need all that. We don't need it. And this IPOB Nigeria, they are doing all these things in order to indict our Supreme Damas and Nandekam. They continue to talk about ESN, said ESN did not say. Just to indict Mazen Nandekam. But the Prime Minister have made it very, very clear that we do not go against civilians. We do not attack civilians. It does not matter their religion. It does not matter their tribe. It does, as long as you are a civilian unarmed, the Liberation Army has nothing to do with you. They have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with you. They obey the rule of engagement. We are not like the zoo. The only people that go against unarmed civilians are these terrorists. The terrorist country called Nigeria. They are military. They are the one that go after unarmed civilians. They have done it and they continue to do it. Even as we speak, they are still doing it. We have seen them do it in Okwama. In Okwama community, a whole community was sacked completely. Lives lost, including children, for a crime they did not commit. We have seen it in Aba. In Aba, they go after innocent civilians, go to their home and pull them out and take them out and go and take their life. Innocent civilians. People were dragged out of their house. Unarmed civilians. Even teenagers as young as 15 years. In Aba, just recently. That is the job of terrorists. We saw it in Obibo, sponsored by the federal government and powered by Wike. We saw it in Obibo. They went to eat Obibo, and innocent Biafrans were mowed down. Genocide were committed. Some were taken and locked up as far as Meduguri. As we speak now, there are still Biafrans that are locked up far north. Nobody knows about them. No information about them. And thousands of them lost their life. As we speak, there are so many mass graves in Biafra land as we speak. They have a lot of mass graves in Biafra land. Just wait until our freedom. When Biafra become free, you begin to see investigations. You begin to see revelations of the evil that these people are committing against Biafra. And just like our Prime Minister have said, we will never forgive them. Even after the coming of Biafra, we will go after them. We will go after them. Even after we have gotten our freedom, we will go after them in all levels. we go after them. If you see the way the Jewish people are going after those who participated in the Holocaust, every individual that participated in the Holocaust, they can't spare them. It doesn't matter where you are. You can't hide. It doesn't matter how long it takes. They will fish you out. As long as you're connected to it, they will fish you out. Biafra will take the same method. Biafra will take, we are going to hunt for everyone that has participated in one way or the other to the genocide in Biafra land. They won't go free. They will never go free. Nothing is going to save them. If you want to run, begin to run. But I tell you, there is no place to hide. The Biafran people are going to stand their ground and take back every single thing that belongs to them and take vengeance for every child that was stabbed to death. Every child that was stabbed to death in Biafra. My fellow Biafrans, we have to continue to thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who gave us somebody like Master Simon Ekpa that answered that call. And we thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama on behalf of the Finnish government. The Finnish government, Finland, you don't need to tell Finland the story of Biafra. You and I do not have to tell them. They even have more stories to tell us than you can tell them. Finland have first-hand information of what transpired in Biafra land during the Civil War. Just today, a newspaper in Finland have showed the picture of the woman, one of the heroines, one of the Biafran heroines, a Finnish woman who was going market by market collecting arms from people, collecting donations for Biafra. A Finnish woman, they just showed her picture. And our Prime Minister shared it on his X platform. This is how far and how connected we are with Finnish government. The crime against humanity in Biafra land is so bad that the world is not supposed to ignore it, but they have ignored it. Do you know that most of the pictures today they use to beg for money from NGOs? Most of the pictures they use today, they show people who are suffering in Africa, donate money to Africa, donate money to this one, people who are suffering in Congo. Most of the pictures they are using today are pictures of children of Biafra. The pictures they are using today, NGOs are using to beg for arms. So many other organizations, including United Nations and EU. The pictures they are using today to portray Africa as a place that people need help is the picture of the Biafran children. And they are not giving Biafran any attention. They use the picture and the image of our children that they starve to death. They use the image and picture of our great-grandparents to push forward and beg for arms. They use it and get arms. They use it and solicit for arms. After they solicit for that money and they get it, they do not pay attention to the situation of Biafran people. Even when we cry and shout on top of the hills, they pretend not to hear it. That is the evil that everyone in this planet is part of. When Biafra comes, we are going to put a stop to those nonsense. You cannot use the picture of Biafran people to beg money. Money that does not come to us. You cannot use the image of our children that were starved to death, our children that were inflicted with kwashiorkor. You use their picture to beg money. You use their picture to get arms. Go and check the pictures that United Nations is presenting as children suffering in Congo, children suffering in Africa. Every organization, the pictures they use there are the pictures of Biafran children, pictures that were taken during the Biafran Civil War. They use it to get sympathy and get money. And when they get that money, they do not pay attention to the situation of Biafran people. Neither do they talk about it. So many of them even deny that it ever happened. So many of them deny what happened in Biafra land, but yet you use the picture to go and solicit for money. People of the world that is watching, everybody have to wake up. The Biafran people have woken, and we are going to do everything humanly possible to get our rights. What we are fighting for today is our rights. We are fighting for what belongs to us. We are not trying to take away anything from anybody. We are not trying to oppress anybody. We are not trying to take over anybody's land. The land we are defending is our own land. Biafrans have not crossed their territory to go and occupy or possess or take over. No. The territory we are talking about today is the original territory of Biafra, which is today the present South-South and the Southeast, with Lower Benue and Lower Kogi. Those are the old Southeastern region. It is Biafra land. And there is nothing you can do to change it. You can't change it. It is a fact. You cannot change it. If you dare make an attempt of changing it, you destroy yourself. The only thing we are asking is for our rights. We are asking for what belongs to us. Give us something that belongs to us. That is all we ask for. We do not want your presidency. We are not talking about running over your government. We are not trying to take over your government. We are not asking for any resources. We are not asking for any posts. We are not asking for your so-called restructuring or regional government. We do not want to have anything to do with that name called Nigeria. We have made it very, very clear. We have made it clear. And there is no going back. There is no going back. The supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nandekan, before this time, long time ago, I think at 2018 or so, or 2016, at 2018, Mazen Nandekan granted interview in that same zoo. They asked him, is there anything that can be done to appease you so that you can stop talking about the freedom of Biafra? Mazen Nandekan said it in black and white. No, nothing can be done. It is too late. They have buyed many people. Mazen Nandekan said it in the video is still out there. There is nothing. This statement was made as at 2018. So if Mazen Nandekan could say that at 2018, and now they have even added more, they have taken more lives. At 2018, after the Kingdom of Mazen Nandekan released, that interview was done, and he said, there is nothing you can do. A lot of life have been wasted already. If Mazen Nandekan could say that in 2018, what do you think he will be saying today in 2024? After the loss of his two parents, the loss of 28 men in his home with Jack, the loss of Ikonso, the loss of many formidable Biafrans, the Obibo case, the Okwama issue, the Abia State issue. Are you talking about the Enugu State? Look at what happened in Imo State. Do you think any sensible and responsible will consider anything less than freedom? Do you think so? There is nothing to consider. The only thing we want is our freedom. The only thing we ask for is our freedom. And the only thing we will accept is total and absolute freedom. There is nothing on the table, nothing you can put on the table. And to show you how serious the issue is, Mazen Nandekan have said it, that if it is the oil that is your problem, we are going to give it to you, supply it to you free of charge. Mazen Nandekan made it clear, if the oil is your problem, we will give it to you, we supply it to you free. Allow us to have our nation. The problem is more than resources. It is a question of life and death. They want to run over our territory and take it over. Just as our promise I have explained, the plan of the jihadists the terrorists, is to take over Biafra and use that place as a base to begin to attack the West. That is their major plan. They know there are a lot of wealth in Biafra land. Their pursuit is to capture that wealth and use it to fight against the West. But it's unfortunate that the people we are trying to protect do not know that we are protecting. They think it's just about Biafran people alone. It is not just about Biafran people. The battle is more than Biafra. And it is a battle of life and death. It is not about resources. In fact, our Supreme Namazi made it clear that the economy of Biafra will be a brain-based economy. We are going to build a brain-based economy, not economy based on natural resources on the ground. No. There are so many powerful countries of the world today, rich countries of the world, well balanced. Look at Japan. How many resources does Japan have? How many resources does Japan have on the ground? Look at Singapore. How many resources do they have on the ground? But yet, they are doing massively, massively well. Their economy is very, very comfortable and stable. Life expectancies in those areas are very, very high. They don't depend on resources buried on the ground. It has been made clear that we are going to build brain-based economy because the Biafran people are blessed with that brain. All we are asking is that allow us to explore what we have. Allow us to grow in our own space. Allow us to develop and grow in our own space. It is so sad. Allow us to grow in our own space. That is all we are asking for. There is nothing else we are asking for. If you want to be the part, if you do not want to grow, you don't want to develop, there is no problem. Even if you are a Biafran and you have chosen to be a slave, because of course we know there are people, there are some idiots and clowns who have been destined to be slave. Even if you're a Biafran, you are destined to be slave. You can go and nationalize in the zoo. Go and seek for their citizenship. They are going to give you. But Biafra land, you cannot say because of you, because of your criminality, because of your idiocy, because of your madness, because of your arrogance, because of your greed, envy, and jealousy, you want every other person to submit in slavery. It will not happen. Not in Biafra land. It will never happen. It will never happen. Those of you who are following that path of evil, those of you who have chosen the path of wickedness, those of you who have chosen the path of destruction, go ahead. Go ahead. As you have chosen the path for yourself, go ahead and enjoy it. We will not stop you. We will not stop you. You have every right to be whomever you want to be. You have every right to pursue anything you want to pursue. But do not drag other people along with you. You do not have to drag other people along with you. You don't have to drag other people along with you. Freedom is by choice. For those who have decided to be free, you can't stop us. And those who want to be slaves, go ahead and remain in your slavery. Good luck. I appreciate everyone that have played part on this very short message that I just preached. If you're watching me from Facebook or you're watching me from YouTube, whichever angle you're watching from, I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of this program. Please like and share this very program. Thank you watching from Chile, South America. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Wherever you have watched us from, please like and share the program. Share it to your family and friends over there. Share the program in any WhatsApp group where you belong. We have that responsibility to spread the gospel of Biafra to the whole world. Today, our Prime Minister have announced that we have employed the service of one of the best lobbyist firms in Washington, D.C. The Biafran people have employed the service of one of the best lobbyist firms in Washington, D.C. So it is not just about making noise online. It is not just about the political means. It is not just about the self-defense. We are doing it diplomatically, on different angles. Everything that needs to be done to shake the pillars is being done. Continue to pray for our Prime Minister wherever you are. Anytime you kneel down, you wake up in the morning or in the night you want to sleep, please put him in your prayers. He has put his own life on the line, and he's ready to give it all. He's ready to do everything humanly possible, just like our Sudan Mazen can have given his life. He also is laying down his own life. May Chukwu Okukabiyama guide and protect every Biafran wherever you are. May Chukwu Okukabiyama continue to protect you. May Chukwu Okukabiyama continue to guide and protect every single one of us wherever we are. Guide and protect the de facto government in the homeland. Guide and protect every member of the Liberation Army, the resistance fighters, the Black Marine, our Air Force, all the forces that are fighting for Biafra. May Chukwu Okukabiyama guide and protect every single one of you. May Chukwu Okukabiyama guide and protect every member of the cabinet of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria. May Chukwu Okukabiyama guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. May Chukwu Okukabiyama guide and protect you. You will never dash your foot against the stone. No evil shall befall you. No evil shall befall you. No evil shall befall you. May Chukwu Okukabiyama guide and protect our supreme leader, Mazi Nandekan, wherever he is. We commit him into the hand of Chukwu Okukabiyama for divine protection, for divine security. May Chukwu Okukabiyama continue to be with him, continue to strengthen him and keep him strong for us. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. No evil shall befall him. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafran people shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nandekan, shall prosper. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move. Airborne. See you tomorrow morning. Join me if you have time. Join me tomorrow morning. I'm going to be broadcasting tomorrow morning. So if you have time, join me again tomorrow morning. We are going to broadcast and give you more latest information. Thank you so much. As they say.